Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to go through my Unbreakable build. It's not perfect, but it's pretty damn good. There are some items that I could do to get better, and as I find those, I'll do them. But let's get straight into it. I don't like to mess around. So what we're using here is an Unbreakable build, and I'll go through all the pieces for you and how they work together. It's a 9-11-0. Yes, if I could get some more red or I could get some more damage out there, I would be all over it. But here we are. So, first thing we're using is a P416. I know everyone's going away from it at the moment, but this one's pretty good for me. It's got 24k damage, 825 on the RPM with a mag of 50. It's got measured, which a lot of people don't use, but I really do like. If I could get hold of the rail splitter with the perfect measured, I'd be using that here instead of the P416. It's also got Allegro and double duty, so 20% of your magazine back as free ammo can occur once every 30 seconds if you reload while holstered. Really useful for when you're running around and haven't quite got the ammo, especially in the dark zone, but this is mainly a PvE build, but that is helpful. I've worked this out with an 8% damage to elites, 20 extra rounds, 10% accuracy, and 5% damage to elites, so an extra 13% damage to elites, because that's what we're going for here in PvE. You could switch the accuracy for stability, or anything you want really, extra reload speed, just whatever you're happy with. We're using the Merciless secondary, and that's just for spark. So brutality, well holstered, landing a shot has 5% chance to do 100% damage as explosive damage. Now that actually procs a hell of a lot with these fast guns, so it's really worth using for the extra 100% damage. So I use that quite a bit. And pistol's just got in rhythm on, so I can reset my skills. Now it's survivalist. That's for extra protection from elites when we're running around. I use this for a raid, so protection from elites is really useful. Extra outgoing healing, which helps with the little healing ball I'm going to use, and extra skill haste, so it's really useful for this build. So first piece is going to be a Fenris mask. Concussion, so whenever you get a headshot, an extra 15% headshot damage for 2 seconds. 5 seconds with marksman rifles, but because you're firing so fast, it's pretty much always up if you hit those headshots. It's got 53% damage to elites and 17,000 health. It's a pretty good mask, but I could get better. Next, we're using 0Fs. Now this one, it's okay, but it's not what I need. I've got about 3 of these, and I still haven't found the right one yet. You can see here, armor and health. Critical hit chance. It's not great. But yeah, this one's okay. So 10% extra armor, 40,000 armor on there, and 7% weapon damage. That's what you want here: armor, total armor, and weapon damage as high as possible on all of them. I've put in a 5.5% assault rifle damage, explosive resistance, armor, and health mod on this. Explosive resistance really useful for PvE in the raid and heroics. The holster, pretty standard, 42,000 health, 12,000 armor on kill. That's okay. If that was higher, great. It also comes with a 6% weapon damage with damage to health and a 5.5%, so I've had 11.5%. Whole reason we're using the healer is for 2 parts, to get some bit of hazard protection and the 2 red slots. Next we're using the healing knee pads. This is the second part. This has got patience on, so sticking our cover for 5 seconds and 5% your armor repairs every 1 second. This is more of a tank and survive build, so it's a really useful talent to have. I've got 16% explosive resistance complete on there, 5% total armor, and another 6,500 armor. So yeah, really good. Couldn't ask for much more than that, except maybe a bit more armor, but yeah, very good. Gloves we're using, Alps Summit, and we're using that. We don't worry about the skill haste, although it does help a bit with the mines, etc. It does add 13% assault rifle damage. I was lucky enough to get the Motherly Loves crafted, not brought from Cassie, but I crafted them. 5% weapon damage, and another 5.5% assault rifle damage. So that's 10.5, 23.5% just on that. So you can understand why I'm using that. The backpack, we're using this, I've put health on there. This is one I'd done before, unfortunately. If I found another backpack like this, I would have done the weapon damage higher and got myself more damage. But this adds more protection from elites, so that with what you get from the survivalist is really useful. It just stops you getting hurt so much. Sparks, so damage an enemy with skill or explosive, grant 15% weapon damage for 15 seconds. So yeah, that's with the Merciless. That's why we're using that. And we've got a hard hit in here and another 5.5% assault rifle damage. As I say, I have got a 10.5% weapon damage to roll if I can find a better backpack, and that'd increase my damage even more. So all in all, this all really synergizes well. I'm using, not the cluster, I'll be using the healer mine on this. I don't know why I had that in there. And the way you want to mod that is with the ones that it gives you from survivalist. So extra healing, extra skill haste, and I'm not going to be able to put anything there. That's from a cluster mine build. So, you know, it's going to be extra healing and extra skill haste. So that will give me, what, healing of 28,000 whenever it bursts. Lasts for 30 seconds with a cooldown of, lasts for 300 seconds with a cooldown of 30 seconds. Actually really good. Really, really good. That just follows you around, so it's really good. This here, I shall be using the Reviver Hive for obvious reasons in the raid. You don't want to be relying on everybody else to be doing that for you. So, yeah, it really doesn't matter on this one, to be honest. I'm not going to unlock any of those because I have no skill power. It's just there to get me up when it can, and hopefully in rhythm will change it. Recharge it, which means, yeah, we ended up with all very good synergy, good healing, get ourselves back up. 297,000 armor, which gets 100% back because of this every 60 seconds, and armor kits are not used within 7 seconds. Really, really, really good. And obviously we're getting the 7% extra damage to elites there. So this is actually a really, really good chess piece. If I could just get some slightly better rolls on it, I'll be farming for that. So basically 600,000 armor is what you're saying there, and 143,000 health. A little bit of hazard protection, so it all helps. Don't worry about those top ones, but weapon damage, we're looking at 23,990. We don't do crit hit, 55% headshot damage, so that helps with the concussion when we're hitting that. Now, weapon damage bonus, we're at 80% for the assault rifle on an unbreakable build, so that's really, really good. I could switch it to the LMG and get the unhinged and make it 100%, but I like using my ARs, so that's why I'm using that. And also 98% damage to elites. This is almost god rolled on elites. I could get it to just over 100 with, you know, having a 55% mask, or a 56 or 7. I think you can get on the stat on the named ones. So you can get it to just over. It's pretty god rolled though. Health damage, really good. Obviously got the inherent one from the AR. This works really, really well on Razorback because it's got no armor. It goes straight to health. So the little side bits and the top when it opens, just great. Knock that health damage down. My defensive, 297,000 armor, 12,000 armor on kill, all helps. 143,000 max health, so yeah, 440,000 overall hit points. We'll take that. 20% protection from elites. So even though we haven't got the highest, 20% of the damage coming in from the yellows is gone. 24% explosive resistance. Great. You know, that's going to make us survive from those grenades. Not bothered about the pulse resistance so much. Hazard protection 20%, and that's going to be across the board. Skill haste 20%. So nothing major on those. But this is a really good build. I use this tanked Weasel. I use this on Buddy and Lucy sometimes, though to be honest I use my clutch build a lot on that one. But yeah, so I've got a really good balance between survivability and health. Obviously the thing we're lacking is skill power. I'll go to the range now, and you can see I was hitting just under 2 million DPS with this the other day when I was playing with it on Elites. So really, really good, especially when you got to think that we are actually running all that extra health. So 80,000 a shot there, 96,000 there, and that's only half a mag to kill named. You see that 147,000 a hit. Yeah, we'll reset that because I forgot to reload there. That was a bit silly of me, but you'll see here 61,000 standard hit, 270,000 on a hit there. So you can see once that spark hits, you know, we can hit 1.8 to 2 million DPS. So yeah, absolutely brilliant build. You could use this for all phases of the raid very, very easily. Because you've got the crossbow, you can go in the generators and knock them out on Razorback, or you can use it on heroics quite easily. As I say, can be improved, will be improved as we go along. But I'm not someone who sits on Division all day. I do have a job, etc. So I make the builds I can make. Please do send me a like and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.